We've made it to Friday. It's Weather for Weather Geeks time. It's Friday, March 27th, 2015, and it feels more like February 27th, maybe even January 27th with these types of conditions out there today. I'm recording this at 2:10 p.m. and it's only 27 degrees in Youngstown. It's 30 in Newcastle, and it's no better than about freezing throughout northeast Ohio and into western PA. And if you've been outside today, of course, you know it's been just kind of spitting snow. And that will continue to be the case for the next couple of hours. There is a little more substantial snow up here, especially in the eastern suburbs of Cleveland. Let's bring up the observations here. Up towards the Cuyahoga County Airport, 2.5 mile visibility. Ashtabula, 5 miles, that's not bad. Over here at Burke Lakefront Airport, 4 miles. Here in Youngstown, visibility reported at the airport, 3 miles. So some light snow around. This is having a hard time sticking, although a few car tops and driveways got a little dusting earlier on today. Check out the wind chills this afternoon. Sorry if this is a little hard to read, but 16 is the wind chill here in Youngstown this afternoon. Let me take off the radar. 16 is what it feels like. 20 in Newcastle, feels like 19 over in Ravenna. So, you know, a little taste of winter out there today. That is for certain. As far as temperatures across the country, this isn't a very late March-like map in many spots. Easy to pick out the weather pattern here. There's a big trough in the east and a ridge, of course, out west. This is the pattern we were in for just about all of January and February. We've had breaks in this pattern in March, but still, March is going to go down in the record books as a below-average month here in Youngstown. It's been since December since we've had an above-average month. Even down into the deep south, it's cooler today. It's only in the lower 60s down towards the Gulf Coast, and for them, in late March, that's pretty chilly. So what's going to happen is we head through the rest of the day today and into the weekend. For the answers, let's take a look at some computer models here. We'll start with the NAM, and we'll focus on the next 48 hours with this model. I think there can be a little enhancement of the snow shower activity going towards the mid to late afternoon hours today. The NAM doesn't pick up on it real well here on this product, but it does show a little enhancement from north to south mid to late afternoon. This could result in, again, some candy coatings in some spots. I can't even rule out that someone gets a half an inch of snow. Mainly this would be over in Mercer County, I suspect, north of I-80. So, you know, up towards Sandy Lake, places like that. You could get a half inch of snow before the day is through. Flurries will then linger into tomorrow morning. Here's the weather as we kick off our Saturday. Setup is high pressure over Green Bay, cold northerly breezes, and some flurries around for the start of the day, here and there. Not much of anything. These will fade away by mid to late morning, and we'll start to see some sunshine as that high works in a little closer. But, you know, tomorrow morning with a breeze, wind chills will probably be close to 0, so not a great morning to walk the dog on a Saturday morning, that's for sure. But again, as the center of high pressure builds a little bit closer, the end of the day will be sunnier than the start of the day on Saturday. Sunday's going to be a nicer day. And why is that? Well, the wind direction is going to change, first of all, as the center of our high is going to be down here. As you know, the flow around high pressure in the northern hemisphere is clockwise. So as this high moves to our south and east, the wind is going to come back around to the south and west. And after a cold start, Sunday morning will be cold. But the afternoon, quite a bit better. We'll get into the mid-40s, I think, Sunday afternoon. Our next front approaching from the west Sunday afternoon. But I think the precipitation is going to hold off until after sunset with this. So here's a look at 8 p.m. on Sunday. Our front approaching, it's clouding up, but we stay dry. So if you want to do anything outdoors late in the daylight hours on Sunday, you should be in pretty good shape. This will probably come in as rain shower activity later Sunday evening, changing over to maybe some spotty rain and snow showers for Sunday night and maybe first thing Monday morning. Here's Monday morning. The NAM actually pretty fast moving this stuff away, maybe a little too fast. Monday could start with a flurry or a rain shower. Middle of next week is the next kind of interesting segment here as we wrap up March and head into April. It's going to warm up. Pretty strong southwesterly wind is going to try to develop as we head into the middle portions of next week, and that will you know, allow temperatures to rise pretty nicely. For instance, here's this would be next Thursday. Thursday is the 1st, I think. Strong low out here across the plain states. Warm front in here, and as this warm front lifts, we'll get into a nice pattern with warmer temperatures. Let me show you the temperatures here, and we'll zoom in on our local area, show you what the GFS has cooking for the first day of April. Hey, look at that, 63, 64 degrees on the first day of April. So no fooling. The pattern will be changing, at least for a couple of days, during the middle portions of next week. Let's touch on the longer range for just a second here. Here's the current upper level pattern. Again, this looks familiar. We had this all winter with a big ridge out west. Big ridge. And a big trough across the Great Lakes in the northeast. And so, in this kind of a pattern, we're going to be below average. The west is going to be a little bit warmer. Let's fast forward a couple of weeks, though. And if you've been watching Weather Geeks this week, I've been talking about how the pattern should start to evolve heading into mid-April into one that favors better things for us if you're tired of the cold. So notice the difference between now and 2 weeks from now. The big ridge in the west has been replaced by a trough just off the west coast, and there's kind of a ridge really building into the eastern part of the U.S., and this would be on the 12th of April, so the weekend after Easter. So this model's not going to get it exactly right, but I like the trends I'm seeing. Middle of April, starting to really kick into true spring here across northeast Ohio and western PA. We're going to have more warm days than we will have certainly over the next week. So this pattern change will evolve after Easter, up until Easter. While it is going to warm up middle of next week, up through Easter, overall the pattern is not very warm. Here's the latest climate forecast system model over the last 7 days, averaging together all of the runs over the last 7 days. For the entire month of April, like what I see here, a lot of orange. That means above average. So odds are starting to tilt, I think, in favor of April being at least average, if not somewhat above average, when we add up the numbers at the end of April. So April's going to start chilly, at least overall. Again, the first couple of days of April are warmer, but overall the first week of April probably averaging chillier than typical. But the month as a whole could end up being pretty nice. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that. Thank you as always for watching Weather for Weather Geeks on this Friday. I'll see you right back here on Monday. You'll see my forecast on TV tonight, 21 News at 6 and 11. And if you are watching the news this weekend, be sure and check out Andrew DiPaolo's forecast. Meteorologist Andrew DiPaolo, he's doing a great job for us, and he'll be on 21 News at 6 and 11 Saturday and on Sunday. If you don't follow Andrew, be sure and follow him on social media as well. Anyway, I'll see you right back here on Monday.